Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on B106 and B106.com. Tonight from Fort Morgan High School, it is a Tri-Valley League doubleheader as the Fort Morgan Mustangs host the Mead Mavericks. Good evening, everyone. Brian Nickel here at Fort Morgan High School. The Fort Morgan girls come in at 0-5 in league, 4-8 overall. Mead comes in at 1-3 in league and 4-6 overall. Mead averages 45 points a game, giving up 50.5 points a game. The Mustangs are averaging 39.4 points a game and giving up 48.5 points a game. So a game that looks like the Mustangs should be a pretty good game tonight. Mead, averaging 45 points, the Mustangs 39, so relatively close here as far as the points are concerned. So should be a good game tonight with the Mustangs and the Mead Mead Mavericks. We're going to take it downstairs now for the national anthem. Nice job there by the Fort Morgan High School pep band. We get the starting lineups here for you here momentarily. Looks like starting for the Mead Mavericks will be number 22, Riley Gilbert, a senior. Number 14, Maddie Muntz, a junior. Hallie Martinez, number 10. Number 3, Mary Maher, a 5'5" sophomore. And I believe Abby Glenn is also a starter here for the Mavericks. I cannot see the last number here, but nope. Yeah, it is number 24, Abby Glenn, a 6-foot senior. So 3 seniors, a junior, and 2 sophomores starting for the Mead Mavericks.
Number 22, senior.
So there's 3 6-foot tall girls for the Mavericks tonight. Riley Gilbert at 6 foot, Abby Glenn at 6 foot, also Maddie Muntz at 6 foot. Nobody on the Mead Mavericks is averaging over 10 points a game. Leading the way for Mead is Abby Glenn at 8.9 points a game. And starting for the Fort Morgan Mustangs tonight, looks like it will be Clementina Numara-Longo, a junior, along with Lauren Keller, also a junior. Abby Bauman, Whitney Frasco, a senior. And we'll see who the other one is. Another starter will be another senior, Maddie Griffith. Maddie Griffith on the year is leading the scoring for the Mustangs. She averages 9.8 points a game. That's followed by Allie Christensen at 8.8, followed up by Lauren Keller at 7.9 points a game. So it should be a good game here. We'll have this game here getting started here shortly, and then after this game will be the boys' game. And that will be a challenge, I believe, for the Fort Morgan boys. The Mead Maverick boys averaging 70 points a game. Fort Morgan right about 50. And they bring in some tall young men. But first of all, we will get this girls' game taken care of, and we will see who will tip here for the Mustangs. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. Ingmar Phillips Insurance in Brush and Fort Morgan. So Numero Longo is jumping against Glenn, as we are not sure what the holdup is here. Looks like everybody's ready at the scorer's table. So we'll see what their holdup is. Now they're going to get ready to get this game underway. And that tip is going to be controlled by the Mustangs. Maddie Griffith with the ball. Now to Lauren Keller on the wing. Back to Griffith. Back to Keller on the right wing. Frasco at the baseline. Frasco picks up her dribble. Now to Keller underneath to Numero Longo. Her shot is up and good. And now some pressure here by the Lady Mustangs. As Mead gets the ball up to midcourt now with Maher. She hands it off to Glenn on the far side. Gives it off now to Gilbert. Gilbert being guarded by Frasco. Gilbert picks up her dribble on the far right side, being double teamed. Now they're going to get it underneath. And now they're going to kick it back out. Going to set it up again with Martinez. Hands it off to Glenn. Now on the near side to Muntz. Maher out front. Now over on the far side. A three is going to go up, and that rattles around and is no good. And off of Mead, and possession to the Lady Mustangs. As they're up early 2-0 here, early on. Now underneath to Allie Bauman. Her shot is going to be up and good for Bauman. Both buckets right at the, both baskets are right close to the basket. But the offense looking nice here. Now there's going to be a foul, and that's going to be a push on Allie Bauman, her first. So Mead to inbounds, three-quarter court far side. We get the ball into Gilbert. Gilbert's going to drive it down the lane. The layup is going to be up and good for Gilbert. First basket for Mead, 4-2 Mustangs. 6.5 to go first quarter. Over on the far side, now it's going to be underneath, going to be tipped out of bounds off of Mead, so Fort Morgan will retain possession. They tried to get it underneath to Numero Longo, but tipped out of bounds. So Bauman to inbound. She gets it into Griffith. Griffith at the free throw line. Her little jumper is off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Frasco. Griffith now to Keller. Keller with the head fake. Little jumper is up and no good. Going to be tipped around and taken away by Glenn. Now out on the near side here to Gilbert. Gilbert back up top to Muntz. Cross court to Maher. Now out at the high point to Martinez. And that pass is going to go out of bounds on the far side. So turnover. Mead. .42 Mustangs, 5.5 to go first period. Frasco with the dribble, with the pass over to Keller. And now the jumper from the far side is no good. Rebounded to Frasco, and her shot is going to be up and good for Frasco. A nice offensive rebound for Whitney Frasco. Full court press once again by the Mustangs. Maher being guarded by Bauman. Now they get it off to Glenn on the high right side. Muntz now near court And underneath, and that shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Glenn. And a foul called on the Mustangs. That will be on Maddie Griffith, her first, team second. Get the ball in, nice lob pass into Gilbert. Gilbert, a 6-foot senior. Now the Mustangs inbound right baseline of their basket has gone out off of Mead. Now Keller with a trip. And she goes to the floor. And I believe that foul is going to be on Gilbert, her first. So Allie Christensen in for Numero Longo. So one team foul on the Mavericks. 3 on the Mustangs. Christensen from the corner, that is up and off the rim and no good. Taken by Frasco, third rebound of the night for Frasco. Nice job by Griffith to try and get the foul, but that will be a foul on Muntz. So Maddie Griffith to the line to shoot 2, and that one is up and good for Griffith, excuse me. So Haley Martinez sits down Maddox Boston into the game for the Mavericks, and that free throw also up and good for Griffith. So 8-4 Mustangs with 4:18 left here in the first period. As the Mavericks work their ball around in the offensive end. Out front is Gribbling. She has come in for the Mavericks, along with Bailey Odell. Cross court of 3 is up, and that is going to be in and out and tipped out of bounds. Oh, it looked like it was off of Mead, but they're going to give it back to Mead. So Savannah Gribbling into the game for the Mavericks. Still 8-4, 3:49 to go here, first period. Up top to Gribbling, picks up her dribble. Now they're going to go into the lane. Shot is going to be up and no good for Muntz, but she was fouled. So we'll see who that foul is going to go on Christensen. So to the line to shoot 2 will be Muntz. And that free throw rattles around and is good. Kelsey Klaus into the game for Whitney Frasco. 8-5 Fort Morgan. That free throw up and good also. Griffith now with the ball up into the front court, picks up her dribble. And it's going to be a turnover on the Mustangs. And she threw it over the head of Lauren Keller on the far side. So Mead with the ball up in for a steal by Griffith. Griffith on the layup. She is going to go up and she is fouled. She was pushed. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2, and that foul is going to go on Gilbert. That is her second. So Griffith back to the line to shoot 2. Well, she just drained 2. The first Fort Morgan basket of the game is brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. Cargill works with the community to make sure there are jobs for the members of the communities they're in. And that first free throw is no good. Bounces off the back of the rim. So she will shoot free throw number 2, and that is up and nothing but net on that one. So 3 points on the night for Griffith. Full court pressure once again by the Lady Mustangs. To get it into Gilbert now to Gribbling. Now they called a push foul. They're going to call that on Allie Bauman. Two on Bauman. 9-6 Fort Morgan. So Gilbert the inbound. She gets it in to Boston. Now hands it off to Gribbling on the far side. She dribbles down the right side and going to hand it off now to Gilbert. Gilbert now back out front to Muntz. Down the lane, and that up and no good. Rebounded. See if they're going to call over the back, I think, on the foul. And that will go against Glenn. Her first, team fourth. So the Mustangs get the ball into Griffith as she crosses the timeline. Now hands it off to Keller. Keller dribbles all the way down the lane. Her layup is going to be up and good for Lauren Keller. She just took it right down the lane. Nobody stopped her. So 11-6. Mustangs is takeaway, and now a turnover by Christensen as she loses her dribble out of bounds. So 11-6 Mustangs with 2:46 to go here in the first period. And they're going to call a turnover because I think she traveled when she went to throw the ball in. She couldn't move, and she took about 3 steps. So another turnover here by the Mead Mavericks. Get the ball up. It's going to be tipped away, but it's going to be taken by shot was up by Christensen, but then a foul was called on the rebound. And that will be on Kelsey Klaus, her first. So Mavericks to inbounds. Get the ball up court into the hands of Odell. She's going to try and drive it all the way down. Now she passes it off, gets it off to Gribbling. Gribbling now to Gilbert over on the high right side. Now out front to Muntz. Hands off to Boston now on the far side to Gribbling, and that three is going to be up and no good. Rebounded to Gilbert. And then that shot was no good and rebounded by Christensen. That shot is up and no good. Going to be run down in the corner by Autumn Wheatley, who is into the game for the Mustangs. And now out to Christensen on the left baseline. She's going to pick up her dribble, but the ball is going to be taken away by Gribbling, and she's going to go all the way down. And they're going to call a foul on Maddie Griffith on the layup. So that's 2 on Griffith. That will send Gribbling to the line to shoot 2. (11-6) with 1:48 to go here, first period. Yes, Gribbling with the shot, and that is in and out. Fort Morgan will go with this one. Equitable Savings and Loan, mobile banking on the go, making banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check it out today. To into the game now for the Mustangs is Emma Wolf. As Griffith comes out, that free throw is up and good for Gribbling, her first point of the night. 11-7. Autumn Wheatley to Keller, now to Klaus on the high side. Going to be tipped out of bounds off of Whitney Frasco. So 5 turnovers here in the first period for the Mustangs, 3 on Mead. Now they get the ball into Odell. That's going to be a turnover. Wheatley loses it off the dribble and out of bounds as she went to the floor. So Mustangs with back-to-back turnovers. Minute 30, 11-7 Mustangs first period. The ball with Odell, left-handed dribble down the floor. Now she gets it in the hands of Gribbling. Now over on the far side is Boston, and that shot is no good. They called a charge. And that was on Boston. That will be her first. Nice job by Lauren Keller to stand in there and take the charge. Klaus on the near side gets it off to Keller, now to Wheatley out front. Wheatley's going to dribble it to the base, or to the free throw line. Gets it back, now back to Keller. Frasco in the lane. Frasco's going to try to go up, but her shot was blocked. They get it out to Gribbling. And she's on the layup, and her shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Wheatley. And now Lauren Keller all the way down, and the ball is going to be taken away from Keller. Boston all the way down. Now dribbling from the corner is going to be up and good. First basket of the night for Gribbling. 11-9 with 25 seconds to go here in this first period. Wolf now back out to Keller out at the point. Klaus on the near side. I believe the Mustangs will probably try to run this down and take the last shot. Wheatley's going to take it in, and her shot is going to be blocked. They're going to call a foul on Mead. And that foul will go on Boston. That will be her second. So Autumn Wheatley will go to the line to shoot 2. 3 of 4 so far are the Mustangs from the free throw line. Maddie Griffith, the 3 of 4. Free throw is up and good for Wheatley. Martinez back into the game along with Maher, with 10.4 seconds to go here in this opening period. Free throw is up and nothing but net for Wheatley. So full court press once again by the Mustangs. Far side to Odell, now into the hands of Glenn. Now underneath, they're going to kick it back out with 3 seconds. 2 seconds, they're not even going to get a shot off. Maher had no idea what the clock was up to, but at the end of one, the Mustangs lead at 13-9 on B106 and B106.com. 13-9 as we start this second period. Mead with possession. They get the ball into the hands of Gilbert. She's going to drive it all the way down. Her jumper is going to be up and no good. Rebound, a nice rebound there by Frasco. Keller gets it back to Griffith. Griffith for a long 2, and that's off the back of the rim and no good. It's going to be rebounded by Glenn. Get the ball down to Glenn, and her shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded. No, it's off of Numero Longo and out of bounds. So it looks like the Mustangs back with their starting 5. Out front to Maher, now over into the corner to Martinez. That 3 is going to be up and no good. Rebounded underneath and put back up and in by Muntz. That ball is going to be tipped out of bounds. Fort Morgan to retain possession as they will inbounds near side in front of the Maverick bench. They get it into Griffith, now to Frasco, now back out front to Keller. Keller's going to dribble it down, pass it off on the far side to Bauman. Picks up her dribble, now over to Frasco on the baseline. That jumper is going to be up and good for Whitney Frasco. 4 points on the night for Frasco. The Mustangs still with their full court pressure. Maher gets it up into the front court now underneath, and it's going to be taken away by Allie Bauman. So turnover, Mead. And I didn't see what that was, but it was a turnover by the Mustangs. They must have called a travel out there. Bringing the ball up court. Now they get the ball into the hands of Muntz. Gribbling now is going to back it out. She's going to hand it off on the far side to Odell. Odell up top to Muntz. Martinez on the far side to Gribbling, 15-11, Fort Morgan. Now at the right elbow is Glenn. Now Gribbling for a three, and that is going to be up and no good. Rebounded underneath. It's going to be off of the Mustangs and out of bounds. So Mead will retain possession. 6:08 to go here, first half. 15-11 Mustangs. As Mead looks to get the ball in, they do get the ball in. That shot is up and no good. But rebounded on the other side will be Muntz, and then she is fouled. And that will go on Bauman. I have that for three on Allie Bauman. So Muntz will go to the line to shoot two. She was 2 of 2 in the first period. That one bounces around and out. So Emma Wolf and Destiny Pelton in for the Mustangs. Whitney Frasco and Allie Bauman come out. Next free throw also no good. Rebounded by Namera Longo. And they called another travel on the Mustangs. So 7 turnovers for the Mustangs. 6 for Mead. Mead will inbounds left baseline of their basket as they lob it in. And that is up and no good. Rebounded by Griffith. Griffith with that right-handed dribble. And she loses it off her foot, but it's off of Mead and out of bounds. So Mustangs will retain possession as they will inbounds near side in front of the Maverick bench. Get it in to Keller, back to Griffith. Keller with it now on the far side. And it looks like Fort Morgan is going to call a timeout. So we'll take one with them here with 5:45 to go here in this opening half. The Mustangs lead at 15-11 on B106 and B106.com. 15-11 as we come back into play here. They get the ball into Wolf, back to Griffith. Destiny Pelton into the game for the Mustangs, as is Kelsey Klaus. Emma Wolf on the far side now to Keller. Keller loses it now, back to Griffith. Griffith on the right baseline to Keller. Keller with the layup up and no good. Rebounded though by Klaus. And taken away by the Mavericks. And they're going to call over the back on Kelsey Klaus. That'll be her second. So that will send Glenn to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And that free throw is in and out. And they're going to say it's off of Kelsey and out of bounds, so Mead will retain possession. As they had a stoppage of play here play has stopped, but Lauren Keller getting her shoe back on. Now they're going to get the ball into Gribbling. Gribbling keeps the dribble alive. Like a 2-3 zone defense for the Lady Mustangs. Hands it off out front to Martinez. Now into the hands of Muntz. Over on the near side now to Odell. Gribbling on the far side to Martinez. Now underneath to Glenn. Back out front to Martinez as the Mavericks work this ball around to try to find the shot that they're looking for, as they're down 15-11 to the Mustangs with 4:39 to go here in the second period. They're going to get it underneath, and that shot is going to be up and no good by Muntz, but she is going to go to the line to shoot 2. And that foul will go on Pelton, her first. So Muntz made her first 2 free throws and then missed 2 free throws, and now that one is no good. Allie Christensen in for Lauren Keller. Riley Gilbert in for Odell for the Mavericks. Muntz That free throw is in and out. And off of Mead and out of bounds. So Muntz hit her first 2 free throws and now has missed 4 consecutive free throws. Maddie Griffith dribbles it all the way into the right corner. Now back out to Wolf. Now on the far side to Christensen. Christensen has her ball tipped away, so that's a turnover on the Mustangs. Into the hands. Layup is going to be up and good by Glenn. Her first bucket of the night. Now knocked out of bounds by Mead. The Mustangs will retain possession. Namara Longo into the game for Allie Christensen. So Fort Morgan to inbounds near side. As it goes up to Griffith. Griffith, Namara Longo drives that right baseline. Is going to pick it up. Now back out to Griffith. Griffith bounced past to Pelton. Pelton's pass is going to be taken away. As that was not a good pass. Now they get to into the hands of Muntz. Muntz to Maher. Back to Glenn. Now up top to Muntz. Now they're going to call a travel on Gilbert. Second turnover here in this second period. I have 4 for the Mustangs in this period. So the Mustangs look to get the ball in. They get it in to Griffith. She gets it into the front court. Going to drive it down that right side. Her shot is up and no good, but they're going to call a blocking foul on Mead. And that looks like that will be on Maher. That will be her first. That will send Maddie Griffith back to the line where she is 3 of 4. (15-13) Fort Morgan, and that free throw rattles around and out. Now Autumn Wheatley in for Kelsey Klaus. So you have Keller, Wheatley, Griffith, Namara Longo, and Pelton on the floor for the Mustangs. And that free throw is up and good by Griffith. 4 points on the night for Maddie Griffith. They get the ball up into the front court with Boston. Boston hands it off now on the far side to Glenn. Gilbert up top now on the far side to Boston. Nice defense out there by Wheatley. Now they're going to get it underneath to Muntz. Going to kick it back out, and that shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Muntz. And she is going to be fouled on the shot. So we'll see who they put. That will be on Namara Longo. That will be her first. But Muntz will go back to the line. She has missed her last 4. And that one rattles out. Missed her last 5. That Mustangs are up 16-13. With 3:07 left here first half. And that free throw is also no good. Going to be rebounded by Keller. Griffith now into the front court. Picks up her dribble. Cross court to Wheatley. Underneath the Pelton. Pelton turns, and she is going to be fouled on the shot. So Pelton will go to the line to shoot 2, and that foul is on Maher, her second. So Destiny Pelton to the line to shoot 2. So Pelton on the year is shooting at 40%, and that one off the back of the rim and no good. 16-13 Lady Mustangs with 2:56 to go here first half. A lot of fouls being called here early on. That was off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Glenn. Into the hands of Maher. Maher into the front court now being guarded by Pelton, or by Wheatley, excuse me. Now Glenn out high being guarded by Griffith. Now on the near side to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to drive it all the way down, and that layup is going to be up and good by Gilbert. 6 points on the night for Gilbert. So 1 point Mustang lead here. And that's a turnover on the pass. And now a shot is going to go up, and that is going to be good by Glenn as the Mavericks take the lead here, 17-16, their first lead of the game. And now a 30-second timeout will be called here by the Mustangs. Mustangs are coached by head coach Mitch Elrick. Assistant coaches are Kaylee Jelinek and Steve Starcer. Coaches for the Mead Mavericks, head coach is Vern Rathbun, and he is assisted by Christy Rathbun-Nemo and Jada Oberracker. So the Mustangs need to slow this thing down a little bit. Get too many turnovers. They have 5. They have 12 turnovers so far by my count here in the game. Had 7 in the first period, 5 here so far in the second. Mead with 7, 5 in the first 2 here in the second. Mustangs now working the ball around, and it's going to be into the back court. They're saying it was tipped, so the Mustangs continue with the offense. They have the ball to Pelton over on the far side. Going to be 2. Shot is going to be up and no good. Looks like Keller was fouled, but no call. Gets it into the hands of Boston, and she's going to go down. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded. It's going to be taken away by the Mavericks. And that shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Pelton. As Griffith into the front court, bounce past to Wheatley. And now a foul here on the near side on a block, and that will be on Gilbert. That will be her 3rd. Whitney Frasco into the game. Destiny Pelton out. Nice job by Pelton. So Autumn Wheatley will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So the Mustangs down 17-16, a minute 27 left. Autumn Wheatley can change that here with a 1-and-1. Get a couple of free throws. That's off the back of the rim and no good. It's going to be rebounded by Numera Longo, and then she was fouled on the shot. So Numera Longo will go to the line and shoot 2. So nice job there by Numera Longo to get position, and then draw the foul. She shoots at 35% from the free throw line. And that one is off the front of the rim and no good. No arch to that whatsoever. So back into the game for the Mead Mavericks is Odell. Gilbert will take a seat. So we'll see if Numera Longo can get some arch on that ball and get it up over the rim, and that is going to be a violation. Apparently her foot was on the line, so she doesn't come away with any points whatsoever. So the Mustangs still down by 1, 17-16, a minute 26. First half, they get the ball into Muntz. Back to Maher, and she being guarded by Wheatley. Gets it into the front court. Maher hands it off to Odell. Odell on the near side now to Muntz. Cross-court pass. And nothing called, but a turnover by Mead as they lost control on that far side. Wheatley underneath to Numera Longo. Now over to Frasco. To Keller. Keller's shot is going to come up short and run down into the corner by Maher. And then a foul is going to be committed on the other side. I believe that will be on Lauren Keller. That will be Keller's first. And that will send Maher to the line to shoot 2 as the Mustangs are over the limit. And that free throw is up and good for Maher. (18-16) with 49 seconds. Now 19-16 as Maher hits both free throws. Mustangs led this at the end of the first period, 13-9. Now another turnover by the Mustangs. That layup is going to be up and good by Boston. So Maddie Griffith picks up her dribble as she was being run down from the backside. 28 seconds now back to Griffith, 21-16. Get the ball back into the hands of Griffith from Wheatley. Back to Wheatley on the high right wing. Now she's going to dribble to the right elbow, and then there's going to be a hold on the Mead Mavericks. And that will be on Boston. That will be her third. And that will send Autumn Wheatley to the line to shoot two, where she missed a front end of a 1-and-1 just a little bit ago, and that one is also in and out. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Fill up your cooler and gas up your car at Stubbs Gas and Oil. Easy and convenient. Make them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Next free throw is up and good for Wheatley. 3 points on the night for Wheatley, all coming from the free throw line. Under 10 seconds, 8 seconds now. Underneath, though, wide open. And that is Odell for her first two. Down to a second. Griffith gets the ball off and does not connect. So at the end of the first half, the Lady Mustangs find themselves down now 23-17. We will take a 3-minute break and be back with the halftime show here on B106 and B106.com. Brad Nickel back here at Fort Morgan High School as we in the last minute here of the halftime festivities as the Lady Mustangs find themselves down 23-17. Mustangs will take the floor next at Frederick on Friday at 5:30. With the boys' game to follow at 7. John Beltran will have those games for you on Friday. And then next week, we will have Roosevelt here on Thursday. And then following that on the 26th, on the Saturday, we'll have Erie also here at Fort Morgan. So the Mustangs, a very winnable game here for the Lady Mustangs. They just need to cut down on their turnovers here in critical times and stop the fast breaks for the Mead Mavericks. So we will get this second half started here with the Mustangs in control. Keller drives it into the lane, now going to kick it back out to Griffith, and she is going to be called for the travel. She did a little bunny hop there. So Frasco, Griffith, Keller, Numerolongo, and Wheatley on the floor for the Mustangs. As they will put on full court press, Mead to get the ball in. They do get it in. Up into the front court now, over on the far side to Glenn. Glenn to Maher now on the near side. Now it's going to go underneath, and that shot is going to be up and good by Muntz. 6 points on the night for Muntz. Keller now out on the high left wing, going to dribble it all the way down. Shot is going to be no good, but she was fouled on the shot. And that will go on Muntz. That will be her second. So that will send Lauren Keller to the line to shoot two. So Lauren Keller on the air shooting at 61%, and that one was up and good for Keller. 3 points on the night for Lauren Keller. 25-18 Mead. Next free throw is also up and good for Keller. Full court pressure once again by the Lady Mustangs. They get the ball into Maher. Tipped away and taken away by the Mustangs. Shot is going to be up and good on the layup by Keller. So a quick timeout is going to be taken here by Mead, but it's just going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here as Lauren Keller with the steal and the layup to bring the Mustangs to within 4. 25-21 with 7:15 to go here, third period. A game that the Mustangs led for a quarter, 1 3/4 quarters, I guess you would say. And then Mead took control of the last couple of minutes of that first half to get that 23-17 halftime lead. Mustangs have outscored Mead so far 4-2 here in this early third period. Mustangs in a 1-2-2 zone press as they get the ball into Gilbert, dribbles it up into the front court. Now he's going to kick it off out front to Martinez. Martinez going to give it off now to Glenn. Glenn out on the high right wing, back to Muntz. Over on the far side to Maher. She's going to dribble it down the lane, and she's going to hand it off on the near side to Muntz. Her shot is up and good for Maddie Muntz. In the lane now to Frasco underneath to Kelsey Klaus, who has come into the game. Up and good is Klaus. Mead now with the ball in the back court as they work against this zone press. They get it into the front court now with Martinez. She hands it off to Glenn. Glenn now to Muntz out high over on the far side to Maher, and that shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Keller. Into the hands of Griffith, and she gets it up into the front court. Picks it up on the far side now to Keller. Keller's going to drive it down, and she is going to be fouled on the layup, and that will be on Muntz. That's a nice job of Lauren Keller to draw that foul on the layup attempt. So Keller back to the line to shoot 2, where she hit 2 just moments ago. Mustangs down 4, 27-23 with 6:04 left here in the third period. And that free throw is up and off the rim and no good. So Kelsey, we have somebody coming in here for Odell, comes in for Muntz. So Lauren Keller with one more free throw, bends the knees, free throw is up and good. 7 points on the night for Keller. Now on the near side or on the far side to Odell, and that shot is going to be up and good by Odell as they broke that press by the Mustangs. Maddie Griffith on the far side. Now her pass is going to be taken away. Excuse me. And now a hold foul is going to be called on the Mustangs. And I believe it's going to be Whitney Frasco. That will be her first. So Mead will inbounds in front of the Morgan bench as they get it in. And taken away by Maddie Griffith. Nice job by Maddie Griffith to get that ball taken away. Now into the front court. Griffith's shot is going to be in and out. And then a foul is going to be called on Autumn Wheatley on the block attempt. But the rebound had come down to Gilbert. Gilbert will inbounds left baseline. Mustangs still with their full court pressure. They get it into Odell. Now back to Gilbert. Gilbert over on the far side, and that ball is going to go out of bounds off of the hands of Martinez. So 3 turnovers here in this third period, 2 by the Mustangs. Mustangs down 5, 29-24 with 5:23 and counting here, third period. Griffith into the front court, now over to Keller. And they're going to call Keller for the travel as she was passing it off to Klaus. So 16 turnovers on the night for the Mustangs. As Mead will inbound in front of the Mustang bench, they do get the ball into Gribbling. Gribbling being guarded by Keller. Man-to-man defense here by the Mustangs. Odell out front now over on the far side to Maher. Maher to Gribbling. Gribbling for a 3, and that is up and off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Griffith. Griffith dribbles all the way down. Her layup is up and no good, but she gets her own rebound and puts it up and in. So 6 points on the night for Griffith. Mead into the front court. Nice job there on the pass, and that layup is going to be up and good by Glenn. 6 points on the night for Glenn. That ball is going to be tipped away from Griffith into the hands of Gribbling, and that shot is up and no good. And should be he got the rebound for Wheatley, and then a foul on Maher. So I have Wheatley with 3 rebounds tonight for the Lady Mustangs. Allie Christensen comes in. Kelsey Klaus will take a seat. So we have Wheatley and Griffith, Keller, Whitney Frasco, and Allie Christensen on the floor. And they were just checking to make sure who the foul was on, and it was on Maher. 31-26, still that 5-point spread. They just can't quite seem to get it down. They work and get their shot up, and then Mead breaks that press and gets the easy bucket. So now into the game is Boston, and Maher will come out. Keller over to Griffith in the back court. Griffith gets it into the front court. Dribbles down that right side, and it's going to be off of, they said it was off of Mead and out of bounds on the far side. So Fort Morgan will retain possession. They get it into Griffith, 4:15 to go, 31-26. Keller now with it back over to Griffith. Griffith going to pick up her dribble now to Keller. Keller with the layup up and no good. Going to be tipped and rebounded by Boston. Boston hands it off to Gribbling out front as they look to get their offense set up here over on the far side now to Gilbert. And that shot is going to be up and good by Glenn. 8 points on the night by Glenn. Now a steal in the back court. And that layup is going to be up and good by Boston. A turnover and points for the Lady Mavericks. And now a timeout is going to be called here by the Mustangs. We'll see if it's going to be a full timeout as they're down 35-26. And it is a full timeout. So we'll take one with them here as the Mustangs are down by 9 on B106 and B106.com. 35-26 with 3:21 left here in the third period as the Mustangs will inbounds far side mid-court. So 5 turnovers here so far in this third period. Griffith now with the ball into the front court. Nice screen out there by Christensen. Christensen for the 3, and that is off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Griffith. And Christensen with it. Now Wheatley to Christensen out high. Back to Wheatley. Wheatley's going to dribble off to the left left elbow. Now to Keller. Keller's shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Wheatley. And then a bad pass by Wheatley. And then taken away by Maddie Griffith. So back-to-back turnovers here by each team. Griffith now to Keller out top to Wheatley on the far high right wing. One dribble, now it's going to be over the head of Pelton and out of bounds. Bad pass by Wheatley. So the Mavericks will inbounds. Almost baseline on the near side. Off of, nice job there. It's going to be a turnover. But Lauren Keller created that turnover. And she got in the passing lane, and then it went off the foot of one of the Mavericks. So Fort Morgan with the possession. Now they're going to be to Keller baseline. Little jumper is going to be up and in for Lauren Keller. 7 points in this quarter for Keller. As the Mavericks get into their offense here with Gribbling out front being guarded by Keller. Now hands off to Glenn as she backs it out. Front being guarded by Griffith. And now a bad pass by Glenn. So a turnover by Mead. Into the game now is Emma Wolf. As Maddie Griffith will take a seat, get a little rest here before the start of the fourth period. 35-28 with 1:40 left here in this third period. Wheatley now off to Pelton out on the right wing. Back to Wheatley. To Keller. To Wheatley out front. Wheatley picks it up over to Pelton on the far side. Back up top to Wheatley over on the near side now to Keller. Underneath, and going to be a turnover by the Mustangs. As Keller tried to save it, but she saved it inbounds to Mead. With 1:17 here to go in the third period. Munch with the ball on the far side. Now to Maher. Maher's going to pick up her dribble. She gives it off to Gilbert. Back to Maher. Muntz, and that pass is going to be too long for Maher. So turnover by the Mead Mavericks. And it looks like Lauren Keller will now take a seat. Maddie Griffith back in with 54.5 seconds to go here in this third period. 35-28 Mead. Get the ball into the hands of Wheatley. Wheatley drives it now. She's going to kick it off to Pelton. Back out to Wheatley. And that's going to be off the hands of Griffith, but she runs it down. Now underneath to Pelton. Layup is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Gilbert. Now into the corner to Gribbling, and she's going to pull it back out with 25 seconds left. Gribbling now to Gilbert. Gilbert out top to Cloak, who is into the game for the Mavericks. Now they're going to call an offensive foul on Mead, and that will be Odell. That's only her first. But she tried to get position underneath. They called the offensive foul with 14.5 seconds left, 35-28. Griffith into the front court now, 10 seconds. Griffith on the far side. She ends up losing the ball. Turnover. And that was going to be a turnover now off of Gribbling with 2.5 seconds left. As they get the ball into Wheatley, Wheatley's got to get it up, and they're not going to get a shot off. And Coach Elric not happy. But we come to the end of the third quarter with the Mead Mavericks leading at 35-28 over your Mustangs on B106 and B106.com. Starting the fourth period here as the Mavericks with possession. They get it into the backcourt with Maher being guarded by Allie Bauman. Bauman back into the game. She'd been out for a while with the 3 fouls. Now underneath to Odell, and that shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Allie Christensen for her second rebound of the night. Christensen up into the front court, and that ball is going to be taken away by Mead, and they're going to call an offensive foul on, who is that going to be? That looks like that's going to be Boston. Nice job by Maddie Griffith to take the charge. So the Mustangs get the ball into the backcourt, get it up to Bauman, now back to Keller, up to Griffith as she gets it into the front court, back to Keller. Now Bauman in the left corner, gets it off to Griffith. Griffith for the layup is up and no good, going to be rebounded and finally taken away by Bauman. Griffith out high, now they're going to call a bump out front, and that will be on Boston. That should be 5 on Boston. It is 5, so she is disqualified with her 5 fouls. Back into the game will be Martinez. So the Mustangs, the inbounds far side front court. They get it in to Bauman. Now to Griffith, to Keller on the far side. Keller picks up her dribble. Now is going to get it to Bauman out on the left high wing, picks up her dribble. Now to Griffith. Griffith's pass is going to be tipped, but Frasco at the baseline is going to be up and good for Whitney Frasco. Cut this lead to 5, 35-30. And turnover here by Mead. Nice job by Maddie Griffith on that turnover. She pressured this ball on the side. Now Bauman with her. Picks up her dribble. Now back. Oh, that's going to be an errant pass by Bauman. So the Mustangs with a turnover. Mead to inbounds mid-court. They get it into the backcourt to Maher. Maher now into the front court. Going to dribble it down, hands it off now to Glenn. Glenn back to Maher with 6:24 to go, 35-30 Mead. Still anybody's game. Get the ball into Cloak. Cloak now Maher out front. Fake the three. Now it's going to be over on the far side to Glenn. Glenn's going to back it out now over on the far side to Martinez. Into Odell. Odell's going to drive it down, but they're going to say the foul was before the shot. And that foul will go on Christensen. That will be her second. So Mead to inbounds, left baseline of their basket. And they're going to make a couple of substitutions. Muntz comes in along with Gilbert. Odell takes a seat. Cloak takes a seat. And they lob it in. Nice job there by Christensen to create the turnover. Now underneath to Keller. Keller's layup is up and good, and she was fouled. So we'll see who the foul is on. And that foul will go on Glenn. So Lauren Keller with a chance for the three-point play here. Namara Longo back into the game for the Mustangs as Christensen will take a seat. So Christensen is 3 of 4. Excuse me, Keller. That free throw is up and good to cut this to a 2-point lead, 35-33 Mead. As they create the turnover on the other side, a bad pass by Martinez. So Martinez will come out and dribbling back into the game. So Bauman goes to the floor and saves it. Now Frasco fights with the Mavericks. Now it's going to be to Griffith, but Fort Morgan will call a timeout. We'll see if it's just going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here with the Mustangs down 35-33. So far, the Mead Mavericks are scoreless here in this fourth period. Fort Morgan has scored 5 so far, 5 unanswered points, 35-33. So we will see what happens here in the last 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Been a fairly decent game. The Mustangs on the year have been averaging 39 points a game. Mead's have been averaging 45, so not quite to their averages yet, but 5.5 minutes left. As Bauman will get it into Griffith. Into the front court. Nice block there by Keller. Keller's going to drive it down. Now kick it out to Bauman. Cross court to Griffith. Griffith with the shot is up but no good. Frasco with a shot, no good. Rebounded by Griffith, and she was fouled. And I believe that was on Muntz. So Maddie Griffith to the line to shoot 2. where she is 4 of 6. And that one rolls around and finally drops for Griffith. 7 points on the night for Griffith. 35-34. The Mustangs within a point here. Griffith can tie it up, and that bounces around and no good. Rebounded by Glenn. Dribbling out front. Picks up her dribble. Now it's going to be, I guess they called a foul on Keller. Be her second. Didn't look like much of a foul out front there. The Mustangs pulled it within 1, 35-34. As Maher dribbles down the right side, picks it up now out front to Gilbert. Gilbert picks up her dribble, now back to Gribbling as she goes out front. Hands it off to Maher, being guarded by Bauman, and that shot from the corner is going to be up and no good. Taken away by Griffith. Her 6th rebound of the night for Maddie Griffith. Keller into the corner to Bauman. Bauman picks up her dribble now to Griffith. Griffith, they're going to call an offensive foul underneath. So they're going to call that on Numero Longo. It'll be her second. She had the illegal screen underneath as Griffith was trying to go to the basket. So 35-34, 4:31. The Mavericks still have not scored here in this fourth period. Mustangs have closed to within 1. Out front to Maher, being guarded by Bauman. Hands it off now to Gilbert out high. Picks up her dribble. Her dribble's down the right side, excuse me. Now she's going to give it out front to Maher. Maher's going to dribble. And the layup is going to be in and out and tipped away and finally taken by Keller. And the Mustangs finally do get it underneath, and Numero Longo goes up with it. But a foul has been called on Mead. That's on 14. That's Muntz. I have 5 for Muntz. She will be disqualified. Boston went out earlier with 5. So Numero Longo will go to the line to shoot 2. So she can tie it up here, 35-34. Numero Longo shoots at 35%. And that first free throw bounces around and goes in, ties it up here. 3 points on the night for Numero Longo. Seven-point run here, and that one is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Gilbert. And tipped out of bounds on the far side by Allie Bauman, so Mead will retain possession. And now Mead will take a 30-second timeout. So we will just keep it right here at 3:47. Anybody's game, 35-35. High Plains Bank. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Offering you a variety of banking needs, including agriculture and personal loans. So good game here tonight by the Mustangs and Mavericks. A lot of turnovers here. Unfortunately, a lot in the third period, but so far not too many here in the fourth period. I only have 2 on the Mustangs and 3 on Mead. I think that would be 3. Offensive foul would be a turnover. So Maher to inbounds far side, mid-front court. They get it to Gilbert. Now to Odell. Now on the far side to Maher. Maher's going to dribble all the way down. That layup is going to be up and good for Maher. So the Mavericks finally put points on the board. That puts them up by 2, 37-35. They're going to call Keller for the dribble, for the walk. I didn't see that instead of she drug her pivot foot, so turnover by the Lady Mustangs. I didn't see the drag there, but I'm not as close as the refs are. Maher out to Gilbert out high. Gilbert tries to drive it down that left side. Now out front to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to drive. They're going to call an offensive foul on Gilbert. Nice job by Lauren Keller to take that charge. But Gilbert now with 4. Mustangs aren't too bad a shape. Bauman with 3. She's the only one with the Mustangs with 3. Now Allie Christensen comes in for Whitney Frasco. So 3:04 to go with 37-35. Get the ball into the hands of Bauman now to Maddie Griffith. Griffith picks up her dribble now to Keller. Back to Griffith on the right side. Underneath now to Christensen. Oh, Christensen missed the shot, but rebounded to Numero Longo. And she was fouled on the shot, and that's going to go on Gilbert. And I have 5 for Gilbert. We just have apparently 4 on Gilbert, but Numero Longo will go to the back to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is off the rim and no good. This is where the Mustangs can control this if they could just make some free throws. And only 3 of 7 so far here in this 4th period. That one's up and good for Numero Longo. 37-36 Mead with 2:47 to go here. Now into the hands of Maher, going to be tipped out of bounds off of the Mustangs. So Mead will retain possession as Maher will try to get the ball in. She does get it into Gilbert now underneath to Glenn, and they're going to call a foul before the shot. They're going to call that on Whitney Frasco. That will be her 2nd. So Mead to inbound right baseline of their basket. They get it into Glenn, now out front to Maher. Back to Glenn, underneath now, and taken away by the Mustangs. And they get it over to Griffith as she gets into the front court. The Mustangs can take the lead here. Only down 1, 37-36. That ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Odell, so the Mustangs will retain possession as they will inbound right baseline of their basket. Griffith to trigger it in with 2:18 left here in the 4th period. They get it into Keller, back out to Frasco out high, now to Bauman. Bauman with a little runner up and no good, going to be taken away by Glenn. Now into the hands of Martinez. Back to Glenn out high. Picks up her dribble. Now it's going to be to Odell as she hands it off to Martinez. Minute 56. Now to Gilbert. Gilbert pass, and that shot is going to be up and no good, but rebounded up and no good also, and off of the Mustangs and out of bounds. So Mead to inbounds left baseline of their basket now. With a minute 46, the Mustangs down 1, 37-36. Yes, Maddie Griffith with the defense over there. Maher now dribbles down the lane, and that layup is no good, but she is fouled on the shot. And we'll see who that is on. They're going to call that on Allie Bauman, her 4th. So this will send Maher to the line to shoot 2. That one's off the back of the rim and no good. Autumn Wheatley into the game for Bauman. So you have Frasco, Numero Longo, Keller, Griffith, and Wheatley on the floor for the Mustangs with a minute 40. They're down 1, 37-36, and another free throw, and that one is up and good by Maher. 3 points on the night for Maher. Far side to Wheatley. Wheatley now out to Griffith. Griffith drives it. Oh, that ball is going to be tipped and taken away. Not a good pass by Maddie Griffith. With a minute 23. And Mead is going to call a full timeout. So we'll take one with him. The Mustangs are down 2, 38-36 with 1:22 left here on B106 and B106.com. Mead with the ball inbounds. They get it to Maher. Maher picks up her dribble. Now hands it off to Gilbert. Gilbert now back out front to Martinez. Martinez to Maher. Maher picked up her dribble on the right side, being guarded by Autumn Wheatley. Now out front to Martinez, being guarded by Keller. Under a minute now, 38-36 Mead. Gilbert now back out to Martinez. Now they're going to call a foul, and that will be on Lauren Keller. We'll see who they send to the line. That is Keller's third. And that will send Martinez to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. That free throw, they're going to wave it off. She was on the line, so no good on the free throw. We've seen 2 or 3 of those tonight where they have stepped over the line. Griffith now at half court, and now timeout is going to be taken by the Mustangs with 46.2 seconds. Going to be a full timeout, so we'll take one with them here with the Mustangs down 2 with 46 seconds left on B106 and B106.com. 38-36. We close it out here with 46.2 seconds. Mustangs with possession as they will inbounds far side. Whitney Frasco. 2 inbounds for the Mustangs. They get it into Lauren Keller. Lauren Keller over into the corner to Wheatley. Wheatley picks up her dribble now to Keller. Keller over to Griffith out on the high right wing, 35 seconds. Now underneath to Wheatley. She is fouled though on the shot. As Mead has been losing the player coming in from the offside. And that will be on Glenn. That will be her third. So Autumn Wheatley to the line to shoot 2. And Autumn Wheatley on the year shooting at 70%. So see if she can tie this thing up here with 31 seconds to go. And that one bounces around and is no good. So the Mustangs are 4 of 9 so far here in this 4th period from the free throw line. Wheatley with their second free throw, and that is up and good for Wheatley. So back to a 1-point game, 38, should be 38-37. A steal by Numero Longo for the Mustangs. They get the ball into the hands of Griffith with 18 seconds to go. Now a kick on the other side, so Fort Morgan to inbounds far side in the front court with 17 seconds left. Allie Bauman to come in for Autumn Wheatley. Nice job there by Wheatley. To close it to within 1, 38-37. They get it into the hands of Maddie Griffith. Now over to Keller. 14 seconds, back out to Griffith. Almost threw it away, but she rounded it up. Now, errant pass by Maddie Griffith. As it went out of bounds. I'm not sure who she was throwing that to, but they're going to have to foul here with 7.4 seconds to try to get the ball back. So 6 turnovers here in this 4th period. That was very costly. They get the ball they got a foul, and they finally do, and that will be on Frasco. That will be her third. With 4.2 seconds. Let too much time go off the clock there before they could finally foul. And I believe that is Martinez back to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So 4.2 seconds. The Mustangs down one, 38-37. That free throw is up and good by Martinez, so she will earn another. So Wheatley back into the game for the Mustangs. And Bauman has taken a seat. 39-37. That free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Autumn Wheatley. And now out of bounds on the far side off of Mead with 0.8 of a second. And the Mustangs need a bucket. 39-37. They've got to get it in. They've got to get the shot up, and that is going to be way short on Griffith's part as she tried to shoot that from about 30 feet. So the Mustangs go down in a heartbreaker here, 39-37 to the Mead Mavericks here on B106 and B106.com. We will take a 3-minute break and be back with the postgame show right here on B106 and B106.com. So the Lady Mustangs fall to the Mead Mavericks by a score of 39-37. This Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Morgan Community College is there to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Well, a game the Lady Mustangs could have won, but came up just short as they fall 39-37 to the Lady Mavericks. Mustangs led it 13-9 after one, then Mavericks came back and they led at halftime 23-17, then were up 35-28 after three, and then 39-37 at the end of the game. The Mustangs they scored 7 in a row in the third period to score it to tie it at 35. But they were still outscored in that third period, 12-11. Then they did outscore the Mavericks 9-4 in the fourth period, but came up just a bucket short. And the Mustangs from the free throw line were 15 of 28 tonight for 54%. The Mavericks were 7 of 18 for 38%. But too many mistakes here tonight for the Lady Mustangs, as they had, it's like 27 turnovers. I have them for 27 turnovers and the Mavericks with 20. So way too many turnovers, and a very critical one there towards the end of the game as the Mustangs were looking to tie it, and Maddie Griffith with the errant pass. But a number of times along the way they could have made some more baskets and didn't, but came up short. The leading scorers tonight for the Mead Mavericks is Muntz with 8, Glenn with 8, Gilbert with 6, Naher with 5, Boston and Odell each with 4, Dribbling with 3, and Martinez with 1 for their 39 points. Leading the way tonight for the Mustangs with Lauren Keller with 12, followed up by Maddie Griffith with 7, Whitney Frasco with 6, Autumn Wheatley and Clementina Namaralongo each with 4, and Allie Bauman with 2 for the Mustangs' 37 points. The Mustangs did outscore the Mavericks 9-4 in the fourth period, but came up just a bucket short of tying this up to send it into overtime. So that will drop the the Lady Mustangs, now to 0-6 in league and 4-9 overall. Mead will be 2-3 in league, 5-6 overall on their record. As far as rebounds are concerned, Whitney Frasco with 5, Maddie Griffith with 6, Autumn Wheatley with 5, Namaralongo with 2, Pelton with 2, Christensen also with 2, and Bauman and Kelsey Klaus each with 1. As we did have the free throws, the Mustangs were 15 of 28 at 54%, and the Lady Mavericks were 7 of 18 for 38%. So just too many mistakes here in this second half. as the Mustangs go down to defeat 39-37 to the Lady Mavericks. Lady Mustangs will be up next on Friday night. Their next game will be at Frederick, and that will be a 5:30 contest here on B106 and B106.com. We will take another break and then be back with the start of the boys' game here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel back here at Fort Morgan High School. One more thing to do with the girls, and that is our player of the game. The Fort Morgan Mustang Player of the Game is brought to you by Transwest. Transwest believes that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. So tonight we're going to go with Lauren Keller as our Lady Mustang Player of the Game. She ended up with 12 points, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. We'll have her down with 3 rebounds, but Lauren Keller will be our Lady Mustang Player of the Game.